the easy part. This is how you solve. This is actually the ending of the problem. So, square root, multiply and double. Square root of 4x squared.
2x. 3.
So does 2 times 3 multiplied give you, and double give you 12?
Yes.
Well, I'm
Yes.
already done with the practice, so you guys can
Good.
just.
So when we do this, this is how we do the ending part. So how do we get rid of a square? What's the opposite of squaring?
No. Square root.
Square root. Just like if I had something in parentheses and it was cubed, I would take the cube root, because those things cancel each other.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Yeah, we've
That
never.
is a thing. So if I do this, if the parentheses were to a 4, I would be taking what root?
4.
4. So when it's a 2, you're taking the square root, because square roots imply there's actually a little 2 on that ledge. They're canceling each other out. All right? So this square root cancels this square. Oh, I forgot the square root up here. Square root of 16 is,
4.
but not just 4, it's
Uh,
plus and
negative.
minus. So this is actually
Plus the
2.
negative.
So we have to do 2x plus 3 equals 4 and 2x plus 3
We did
equals
something
negative
similar
4.
to this, but I forgot
We
what it
have.
was.
We have done this before. And then if we subtract the 3, solve like normal. Okay, your turn.
Can I put it up there?
We gotta wait for everybody to get done. All right. The square root of x squared is what?
X.
X. Square root of 9?
3.
3. Multiply and double. Does it equal the 6?
Yeah.
So how do I write this?
In parentheses, and then you put a plus sign, and then it's squared,
Why is it plus?
because it's not negative.
Because this is positive there. And that equals 4.
And then you square root all that.
Square root.
I thought you put 2.
So we got x plus 3 equals
2.
2. And x plus 3 equals,
Negative.
so what does x equal over here?
X equals negative 1.
1.
Then negative 5.
All right,
1.
that's actually your solutions on your graph. That's 2 points. That's negative 1 comma 0
Negative
and
5.
negative 5 comma 0. That's where it crosses the x-axis.
How'd you do negative 5?
You know, why didn't you just teach us how to do this before?
Why did you get 2 and then
Negative 2 plus.
Say it again.
Why did you get 2 and negative 2? And why did you square the x plus 3?
Because you changed one of the.
And the square root. Why did you do the square root?
Because you have to get rid of the square.
you take
Because
it over.
this is x plus 3 squared. That's from last chapter. That's your difference, your perfect square trinomial.
Oh, I see what I did wrong.
This is a 4, so when you square root both sides, the square root of 4 is either 2 or negative 2. So you have to have 2 answers. Yes? Awesome.
What if it's like to the 4th out?
And you take the 4th root. You don't get to do those.
I want to do those.
I'm sorry. All right, the next one. Okay, you actually know this. I'm going to show you a little bit differently. Okay, remember when we did perfect squares, right? So if I said this was x squared, and I told you this here was 25, what does the middle term have to be?
Damn, I can't see 5.
Not close. Not 5. Because
5x.
No.
No. Wait.
10x.
10.
How is it 10?
Because what do you have to do with the 25?
Square
Square root,
You get 5 and times
multiply, and double. So this here guy was 5. So this here becomes 10x. Agreed?
Yeah.
Because you square it and then double it. Well, what if I give you the middle term? Let's say it's, give me a number.
6.
6 it is. 6x.
You,
How am I going to figure out the last term?
you multiply it by 2.
9.
And then you square
It
it.
is 9, because you not multiply by 2, you divide by 2. So 6 divided by 2 is
3.
3, and then you have to square it. Okay,
Is this all that we're doing?
that's actually called completing the square. It's not bad.
Wait, why
So
do
you
you
take
divide it?
half the middle term and you square it.
Why do you divide it by 2? Oh wait, yeah, that's right. Multiplying.
Okay.
I'm done. I got
I
it.
mean, don't give you the first number.
Mean.
Oh.
First
Oh,
one.
got it.
The practice. I don't know.
Understand what?
I just.
You gotta have a
This is
question.
the complete square right
Because
here.
this is, from here to here, is last chapter.
Yeah, I know that part.
And then that just equals the 4 that was left over. To get rid of a square, you'd have to do the opposite of squaring, which is the
Square root.
square root. Were you confused?
Oh, so the square root is to get rid of the.
Mhm.
Oh.
Is that good now?
Yeah.
Sarah, what was yours?
On the very last one, we did like x squared plus 6x plus 9.
Yep.
Okay, so you do the same thing as you do, like square root, multiply, and double. Why do you do that?
Well, how did I get to the middle term?
Because you have
You, what did you do to
square
get the
root,
middle
square
term?
root, multiply, double.
You multiplied and doubled it, so now you're gonna do opposite. So what's opposite of taking it times 2? So you divide by 2,
And then you square that.
so we're doing it backwards. Good? All right, so that's what completing the square is. So right here, what's the last term?
3. Or,
Or on x squared plus 16. So no, what do we do first?
oh, and divide by 2. Divide by 2.
So what is 16 divided by 2?
8
And then you,
square.
which gives me, so what does that factor into? I forgot to do it over there. X plus what?
No, x plus.
Mm-hmm.
Square.
Square root. Come on guys, how do you do it? Square root, square root. 8.
Divide and.
I saw that.
Oh, I heard 4.
Pretty sure nothing
What?
came out of your mouth.
All right, so what would this one be? What does this guy factor into?
X plus 3.
Very good.
I don't get it. How did they get this? It's just the number that's getting.
It's the number that's getting squared is what goes in there. You are right.
You don't divide 16 by 2 to get 16.
Yes, you do. You
You
take
have
the
to
middle
get
term,
8.
you divide it by 2, and then you square it.
Hey, what's the square root of 20?
Because you're doing it opposite.
There
Instead of
is no-
square rooting and then doubling, you're taking it halving and then squaring.
This is Carter.
It's
I'm already done
exact
with all these.
opposite. What?
I'm already done with all the practices.
You got that done?
And the
You're
other.
just a genius off.
It can be Brian, right?
See, I worked that one out,
No,
but I
it
don't know.
can't.
And
All right, now because there's an equal sign, I want to know if there's a square root. So how do I check to see if this is a perfect square?
You square it, multiply double.
Right, so if I square root, I've got
X. 8.
4.
4. 4 squared is not,
No.
no, or double does not 6. So he's wrong. So because he's wrong, we just get rid of him. So where do I put him?
What do you mean?
On the other side.
He's not a perfect square.
On the other side of the equal.
On the other side of the equal. So I'm going to take the 16 and I'm going to add him over here to get rid of him. All right? Everybody good?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to leave a blank. I'm going to do the x squared plus 6x plus blank equals
9.
16 plus
0.
blank.
it's 9.
Because whatever I add to the left, I got to add to the
Right.
I have to keep it balanced. So half the middle term squared is, half of 6 is
3.
3, and 3 squared is 9. So that 9 goes here. Where else does he go?
On the right.
On the right. So what does this equal?
Hang on, I can't see. What are you pointing at?
25.
This guy right here. What does that become?
X squared plus 6x.
No, what's it become?
Cube.
It's a perfect square now. It's in these type of parentheses. What is he?
What's perfect?
A point.
But what is it? Exactly. What is it?
It's
What's my answer here?
x plus 3.
3.
X plus 3 quantity squared. And what's it going to equal?
25.
25.
5 plus 3.
So we're right here.
I need that.
What's
Take the square root out.
square root? Square
That's what you
root
do.
multiply and double. Yes.
So you do that after you find the one that's missing.
Yes. Are we there? Okay, is everybody okay at the x plus 3 squared equals 25?
And then you just do what you did the first place.
Then we do what we did in the first place. How do I solve him?
Square root of 25.
Square root both sides, square root cancels. Square root of 25 is 5,
Negative 5.
negative 5. Subtract your 3,
2 and negative.
2 and negative 8. So those are 2 points.
Can it be a decimal?
It can,
Because our practice is decimal.
no it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No it's not.
It's gotta be because The only thing that you can square root is
Just one. Okay.
So we got 2 and -8. We're not done up here
So
yet.
you add the 20.
Wait a second. Yes. Okay, that gives me this. This vertex. Now remember how before I asked me to do the opposite of B over 2A?
Yeah.
And then you had to plug it in, you had to do all that work?
Now you do the B over 2.
You don't have to do anything.
Really?
At this step right here, you know your vertex. It's found for you. Except now you see how it's equals to 25?
Wait, time out,
And
time out, time out.
before, just a second, before see how it was all on the same side of the equal sign? So since they're on opposite sides of the equal sign, they're both opposite this time.
Why did it change to a negative? 3.
Just told
You know what's wrong
you.
with
No, you didn't.
Yeah, you weren't.
Yeah, I did.
Something about changing it to the equal sign.
Since they're on opposite sides of the equal, then remember the x is always negative, right?
Mhm.
Opposite, so -3. And since he's on the wrong side of the equal, he's now -25.
How do you know which
All
one's
right,
X
thank
and
you.
which one's Y?
X is always attached to the x. So since he's with the x, that's always x. Okay? The one without the x is always y. So our vertex is found for us, no more work. And we know where it crosses the x-axis. Do I know the y-intercepts?
No.
Yes.
What are they?
2 and 8.
25. 0. -16.
-16 at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Wait, that's the y-intercept?
That's still the y-intercept. This is still the y-intercept.
Alright.
When you're doing your problem, the vertex is before you square root. And when you're finished, you have your solution. So now everything is going to be in one problem.
Why didn't you show us how to do this before we did that other stuff?
You have to know all of them.
Oh,
You have to know all methods.
cares?
Is X always going to be negative, not yourself? Or just going to be opposite of what it is?
Always going to be opposite.
Can we do our practice together because I'm really confused.
We'll try it. What's your first step?
You
Square root.
Square
Get rid of
root.
the 20. Very good.
What?
I am so smart.
What do you mean get rid of 20? Do you add it to the other side?
Yes, you do.
See, that's where I done did messed up.
Yeah,
Plus, we don't know, equals 20, plus, we don't know.
I was paying attention.
All right, so we put 16 and 16. So this is a perfect square trinomial. What does that factor into?
Oh, so we don't even have
X plus 4.
That's supposed to be an equal. Okay? Right here, what do I have?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can. You want to solve first?
Square root.
Square root.
X plus 4 equals 6. And then x plus 4 equals -6. And you just solve it.
So x equals 2. X equals -10. Okay, what's my vertex?
-4, -36.
Good, from right here. -4, -36. What are my x-intercepts or my solutions?
-10. Do you have to write that?
Wait, where'd you get the
-10,
-4?
0,
Yo.
2, 0.
Y equals.
Where'd you get -4?
Right here? You just look at them.
We have to write all of that every single time like the first time.
Why would it be negative?
Because
Because
it's
you make
always
opposite.
opposite
Oh,
sign.
Okay.
Because it's on the opposite side.
And then the
y.
Y intercept
Yeah.
is I have a pencil. 20.
So are we actually going to have to?
You have to.
You don't have to.
Dude, I'm actually really good at this stuff.
Okay, that is completing the square. That's when it's easy.
Why didn't you do the Y-intercept first?
Oh, sorry. Y-intercept is what?
-20.
Right here. Negative.
This is easy.
Are we actually not graphing these?
No!
This is
No!
easy.
No, now we're getting into fractions.
Okay, now that's when it's simple, when there's a 1 in front of the x squared. Now, we always want a 1 in front of the x squared and we follow the same thing. So what did we do to solve? Tell me the steps. So first we took the ugly number in,
Divided it.
moved it
Oh,
over.
to that.
Okay, now how do I fill in my blank?
Divided by 2 and
And
squared.
squared it. And then you did your parentheses, which was the square root, multiply and double. Then you took the square root and solved. Never changes. But it does get ugly.
Oh, yeah, just look at
Okay,
it. Just look
here
at
is an ugly one. So this is the very worst problem you'll ever get.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so first of all,
I don't know, we
What
got,
do I have that we don't want?
a
21 on the left
four.
The 4. This 4 cannot be here.
Just scroll it out.
Scroll him off, we're done with him? Okay, how do we really get rid of him?
Divide.
We divide. But we have to divide every single number, including the 0. But what is 0 divided by 4?
0.
So that one we don't technically care about. So we have now divided everybody by 4s. Everybody get to that point.
Wait,
Now the steps are the same. They're just not very pretty. So who leaves?
the 5x.
Negative 21
The
over
21 over 4 has to move over to the other side. So we added him over. So now I've got to figure out what I don't know. Okay, how do we complete the square?
Square divided by 2.
Oh, how do you?
We divide by 2. Now, 5 fourths.
Can I just do it this
No, I need you to think. Okay, are you with me right now? Sure.
A little bit.
It's 6.62.
Quiet. All right. If we're gonna pretend we're cooking right now,
Multiply that
and we've got
by 2.
we have a I don't know, 4th cup of sugar, and I want half of a recipe. If I have a 4th cup of sugar and I need half of a recipe, how much sugar do I truly need?
1.
An 8. What did you do with the 4? You multiplied the bottom by 2. So when you're dividing by 2, you're really multiplying the denominator by 2, because you're multiplying by 1/2.
Wait, hang on. Then how come on this one it goes from 4 to 64?
Hang on. Okay, has everybody got the negative 5/8?
Do you want to do by half?
Yep. So what do I do with the 5/8?
Square?
I square it.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay, now when we square fractions, you have to remember everything we've learned. What do we square? The top and the bottom. So that's where the 25/64 comes from. Because 5 squared is 25 and 8 squared is 64. Everybody happy?
I don't like this.
I knew you would.
Doesn't care.
Okay.
More like this.
So now we have to put it into our parentheses.
Wait,
why So- don't
square it?
What?
Why just square it?
Is that where the
How do
25
we
and
complete the
64?
square? We take
Oh, that's right.
the middle term and square it. So we took half the middle term, we squared it, added to both sides. Now, this is my perfect square, so it goes into my parentheses. So it's x minus, what?
45 over 60.
No, square root of
Oh,
5 over 8.
8.
Everybody okay there?
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay, this here is just common denominators. All of your calculators, except maybe yours, will do it. So use your fraction keys and add them.
How do you do that?
It's this
Teach
one,
me
the
how
A,
to
B,
use
dash C.
This is why there's a number of fraction.
There's a number in front of the fraction, you use the button above your fraction key, your second key, and it changes it to improper.
Where's that at?
1, bam,
Okay.
4,
I
plus
don't think I'm doing it
25,
right.
bam.
Okay, people who have this, pay attention. So we are taking 21 fourths,
5.
so you do 21 fraction key,
Where's the fraction?
Got it.
that AB thing,
This one.
Equals?
I
plus
got this.
25 fraction key 64. And we hit enter.
5.
When you get that, you get 5 and 41/64. So I want an improper fraction. So if you look above the fraction key, see how it says improper to proper?
Screaming at me.
So you hit second fraction key, enter,
I'm letting him judge you because
and now you got 361 over 64.
And this
I
one.
have no idea.
Yep, I got that.
I'm so lost.
It's a decimal, 5.6.
You are going to have to know how to do common denominators. So you're going to take 64 divided by 4. 64 divided by 4 is what?
You got a square root key.
Abby, you take 64 divided by 4
16.
is what?
16.
So you're multiplying both of these by 16. So 21 times 16 is what?
How do you do that?
Because I have to get a common denominator.
336.
336, so now they're both over 64, so now you just add up your numerators, and you're there.
Or you can
Mine
just go
didn't
grab
work.
one and count.
I keep getting errors.
I will come show you the
Because I'm an error.
Okay, now we've got our fractions. Now we need to square root. How do we square root fractions? No, square root the, how do we do it? We do them both at the same time. Now, I will tell you right now, if you take the square root of this denominator and it's not 8, you've done it wrong. It's a check. This is a good place to see if you're right or wrong.
So it will always be 8.
It will always be the same. Okay, so we got 19 over 8, negative 19 over 8, and then you subtract your 5/8 over and you got your answer.
You are so crazy.
What is that?
Is what?
How do you subtract fraction?
We
I
have
got
more
an X
problems
equals
Put
with
the
like-
that.
denominator and subtract the top.
It's like 2 equal signs.
Bottoms.
What are you looking
Do
at?
we have any?
Oh, they're reduced.
Bottom.
What?
24/8 is 3. Negative 14/8, both have a 2 in common. Negative 7/4. You better know how to reduce fractions, child.
That's easy.
I did.
I know you do.
Wait, no, 3 is.
All right, your turn.
Do we have more like that?
Oh my God.
Okay, so we got 11/4 equals, 5/4.
Over 4.
no, what?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, I'm not there yet. Square root of 25 is 5, and square root of 16 is 4. Now, subtract your 11/4. Oh, I'm out of room.
It's time to go.
So x equals a negative 6/4. And x equals a negative 16/4.
Can't there do?
Yep, that's negative 4. And this is negative 3 over 2. Are we getting better?
Yes.
Right.
I know they're ugly.
Now the
but not
word.
horrible.
In like
Okay, one less practice.
Hang on.
Oh, I'm sorry. The vertex, where do you find it?
It's
Right
12.
before.
It's right here. So your
Oh, the vertex.
Your vertex is a negative 11/4 and a negative 25 over 16.
Alright.
It is very ugly.
Hey!
Your
You
turn.
threw my paper on the floor.
Hey,
No
no.
video showing.
This is funny. Okay.